This is why Beyonce's keeping quiet. Is Beyonce, Jay-Z are best friends with P. Diddy? And if they are, why are they keeping quiet about everything? Is Mariah Carey involved in this? Has she dated P. Diddy? Here I am. I'm gonna spill some good tea. Let's go back. Beyonce and Jay-Z and P. Diddy have been really, really good friends since back in 90s. And they've done so many collaborations, like music videos, they've done collaborations with clothes, you know, they've done parties together. And Jay-Z and Beyonce, they've always went to P. Diddy's party, they've always supported him. And yeah, like for example, Beyonce did a song with P. Diddy called Summertime, and it was pretty big back in the day. Now, here's the thing that really weirds me out. Why is Beyonce all of a sudden quiet about it? Why is Jay-Z not talking about it? Like, what happened? Like, you know, they were such a good friends. They were all over the news. You can go on the internet, search up Beyonce, Jay-Z, and P. Diddy. You're gonna find thousands of photos with them together. And it's like, you have a best friend, right? You're obviously gonna take thousands of photos everywhere. Like you go to a coffee shop, take a photo. You're gonna go see a beautiful sunset, you're gonna take a photo. And people on your social media will know, okay, this is her best friend, you know? And that's kind of the same situation with Beyonce, Jay-Z, and P. Diddy. And now all of a sudden, the situation that happened with P. Diddy, everybody went quiet. Like, I just cannot tell you guys, there's so many celebrities hiding. But why are people pointing fingers at Beyonce and Jay-Z? Because Beyonce and Jay-Z are one of the largest artists. They're on the top of everybody. Everybody loves Beyonce, everybody loves Jay-Z, everybody knows them. It's really weird because usually Beyonce is not quiet about her things. She usually speaks out. She's the woman of power. You know, she likes to speak out on her thoughts. I mean, in this situation, at least say like that P. Diddy didn't do it, or at least support him in it. Because when you keep it quiet, it looks worse. I mean, sooner or later, it's gonna come out. I just can't imagine Beyonce, Jay-Z going to bed and just thinking about the things they did, because I do believe they are guilty. I do believe that they've done some bad stuff. So I say Beyonce is on the top list, right? Now, do you guys think it's weird that every artist, and it could be literally different genres, each artist, for example, Billie Eilish, Lizzo, Adele, we also have Britney Spears, like they all four of them have different type of style of music, and they all thank Beyonce. Why didn't they thank Rihanna? Why didn't they thank Ariana Grande or Justin Bieber? You know, like it's so funny because they all thank Beyonce. Now, a couple months after, Beyonce has said this. She doesn't feel welcomed in the country music industry. Okay, Beyonce spoke out. Like I said, she likes to speak out. And then a big country singer called Kelsey Ballerini. I'm sorry if I say your name wrong, Kelsey, but Kelsey, the country singer, has also thanked Beyonce. And she also mentioned that Beyonce has made country music as well. Do you guys think it's weird? Like, I feel like it's getting very obvious that something's up. Listen, something's up, and I feel like Beyonce is like literally the queen of this industry, the music industry. I feel like she has the power. And Jojo Siva went to an award show for dance. And it's so funny that she said, I know this is a dance award ceremony, but I still want to thank Beyonce for it. She just shaded Beyonce. Like, girl, you have to be careful because she's coming for you. You're next. I'm not surprised that tomorrow on the news, you know? Jojo Siva has gone somewhere. But hey, you know, connecting with all these celebrities thanking Beyonce, our community has done a lot of research about this music industry artist. And I don't know if you guys realize, but When you look at a singer, let's say you have Britney Spears. Britney Spears is a 90s popular singer, right? Then we have Ariana Grande. She's more like in 2010s. We got Billie Eilish, 2023, 2021. She's pretty big, right? But everybody has been talking about Beyonce being the best artist since like 90s till now. Even though her music could be really, really old and people still say that she's one of the biggest and best artists, here's what the community has made. So there's a pyramid of all the artists that are right now. We got Taylor Swift, Camila Cabello, Lana Del Rey at the bottom. So level 1. We got level 2, Rihanna, Lady Gaga, Justin Bieber. Then we got level 3, Michael Jackson, Aaliyah, Left Eye, Tupac. Level 4, we got Beyonce and Mariah Carey. And then level 6, which is, you know, basically the top, Diddy and Jay-Z. And then on the top of the cherry on the cake is Tommy. A lot of people would ask who he is. Tommy is a Sony Music businessman. He owns Sony Music Entertainment. And P. Diddy was really good friends with him. Now, these artists are just on their level. It's just so weird because when you look at the artist, you know, their music could be really good, but they're still kind of stuck in that level. So like Taylor Swift, level 1, and then other artists who are closer to Beyonce, obviously they're gonna be higher up and people are gonna love them. And, you know, if you're friends with Beyonce, I mean, you're gonna be on her good side, you're gonna be better artists than the ones at the bottom. Here's the thing, I mentioned one person, Mariah Carey. Hey, why is nobody talking about Mariah Carey? She's also one of the biggest artists, but Mariah Carey has actually done a couple songs with P. Diddy. And not only that, there's a lot of rumors going on that she's dated P. Diddy back in the 90s. So there's a video shown that she's all blushing and all excited and oh, P. Diddy might, you know, and no, we didn't date, but she also said that she didn't date Eminem, but she did.
All right. So with Diddy's arrest, we are having other celebrities coming into the spotlight. And right now we're going to be talking about Beyonce and some of the hidden connections and controversies that are coming up for her in light of the P. Diddy scandal. And, you know, just taking a look at everyone who's got a close association or seems to have had a close association with P. Diddy. Now, Beyonce is not just one of the most iconic figures in pop culture today. I am a fan of Beyonce, but she's also someone whose personal life remains pretty tightly guarded. However, there's some secret details about her connections and controversies that she hides from the public, and they've come to light very recently. Number one, it's her connection with P. Diddy. Now, Piers Morgan, not that long ago, really did an expose on the allegations against P. Diddy. And it was a YouTube video on his show where he interviews Tony Busby, a Houston attorney that is representing 120 alleged victims, including those that are considered minor at the time.
These allegations are shocking. These allegations are egregious.
But moving on to Beyonce, of course, this would mean every celebrity and every star right now is kind of, you know, under scrutiny and worried that they are going to be talked about or maybe dragged into P. Diddy's mess. Now, it is known that Diddy has been a central figure in the entertainment world, and not only for his music career, but for his flashy personality, his infamous parties. His recent legal troubles have caused a stir, and many are questioning how close Beyonce and her husband Jay-Z are to him. Now, people know that they're close, but for years, Jay-Z and Diddy have been part of the same circle of elite moguls who naturally brought Beyonce into the equation. But as Diddy faces some serious allegations, the internet has quickly turned on Beyonce. Now, social media, particularly on Instagram, fans are demanding answers. And people have commented with everything from angry GIFs to outright accusations, with one person asking bluntly, "How can you admire someone involved in disturbing things?" Another user declared, "We want the truth." Some have even taken a darker approach, with superstitious users suggesting Beyonce's association with Diddy may have been a deal with the devil, now accusing her of selling her soul. But despite the frenzy, there's no direct evidence linking Beyonce or Jay-Z to any of Diddy's legal issues, at least not for now. However, it has been noted that there is new evidence, new video evidence, and that there very well may be celebrities in question and brought into this litigation. So there is, speculation that Jay-Z and Beyonce may be included in that. Neither of them at this time have been named in any official court documents. And a YouTube video I just saw indicated that actually Beyonce and Jay-Z's attorneys actually went to Piers Morgan to remove some content that kind of implies that they have anything to do with, the things that Diddy's being accused of.
Beyonce and Jay-Z's attorney slams Piers Morgan after a guest compared them to Sean Diddy Combs during an interview on Piers Morgan Uncensored.
Now, she's also had accusations of theft of music. Beyonce's 2023 album Renaissance was highly anticipated, and she was paying homage to music from the 70s and 80s. However, it wasn't free from controversy. So one particular notable incident involved the track Energy, where she sampled Kelly's 2003 hit Milkshake. Now, Kelly took to Instagram to accuse Beyonce of using her work without permission, calling it theft. She claimed she wasn't consulted or credited appropriately. Kelly also was especially angry because her isolated vocals were briefly played without background music due to a technical glitch on platforms like Tidal and Apple Music. Now, despite the backlash, Beyonce swiftly removed the sample from the song, so she addressed it. The move was praised by some for its professionalism, but others had felt it only validated Khaleesi's accusations, and to this day, she remains vocal about her feelings regarding the use of her music. Now, that's some old stuff. However, if all Beyonce did was just remove it and not really have a conversation, if she's still mad about it, then clearly there was no phone call or Beyonce didn't call to make any explanation. She was just like, my bad, delete. And I guess nothing happened in that situation if she's still complaining about it. Now, there has been family drama over her marriage. Beyonce and Jay-Z's relationship has always been under the microscope. Any celebrity couple, any power couple in particular, especially that they have their own fan bases, they're always under scrutiny. And there is no moment more infamous than the elevator incident after the 2014 Met Gala. Now, Solange Knowles, Beyonce's sister, was caught on camera physically attacking Jay-Z in an elevator while Beyonce stood by, initially not intervening. Now, it wasn't until much later that a joint family statement revealed the incident stemmed from previous tensions already between Solange and Jay-Z over comments made earlier in the evening, reportedly by designer Rachel Roy, believed by many to be the mysterious Becky with the good hair, referenced in Beyonce's song Sorry. While the family publicly moved on, the internet continued to dissect the dynamics of that night. It revealed a crack in the seemingly flawless facade of Beyonce's marriage, something her fans had always speculated about but never had concrete proof of. Another, I don't know if it's a secret or public knowledge, but she isn't really a fan of Kim Kardashian. Despite their husbands' close friendships, Beyonce and Kim have never hit it off. While both women have shared the spotlight at significant events and posed together in photos, insiders claim that Beyonce has always kept Kim at arm's length. Now, reports suggest that Beyonce doesn't like the reality star and is not interested in becoming friends. Now, the tension became more evident in 2014 when Beyonce and Jay-Z notably skipped Kim and Kanye West's lavish wedding. This snub fueled rumors that Beyonce saw herself as being in a different league than Kim. focusing on her career in artistry while Kim built her fame through reality TV. More recently, some fans have even speculated that Beyonce's lyrics in the Renaissance track Heated might throw shade at Kim, with the line "cheap spandex, she looks a mess" interpreted as a dig at Kim's shapewear brand Skims. Now, fans are going to do what fans do. I don't know, because number one, it absolutely is not cheap spandex. It's luxury. I don't even want to call it spandex because that's its own brand. It's luxury shapewear, okay? And it is not cheap. So I don't think that they're really referencing Kim, but hey, this is what the public seems to be feeding into. As well, there's been unintentional shade at the Jackson family. Back in 2008, Beyonce made headlines for comments about her family that were interpreted as shade toward the Jacksons. During an interview with Elle magazine, she said, "We are African American and work together as family. So people assume we're like the Jacksons. But I didn't have parents using me to get out of a bad situation." The Jackson family, particularly Janet Jackson, took offense, feeling that Beyonce was implying her family's struggles were somehow exploitative. Although the feud simmered quietly, nothing major came of it. In 2019, Beyonce was spotted attending Janet Jackson's Las Vegas show, signaling that whatever tension existed before likely had cooled. Now, I get the reference to the Jackson family because they're an American family, and hey, an African American family, what other, super famous family can you make reference to? But people are always going to spin things out of proportion. But this is another situation where, she spoke out of turn, or maybe she was taken out of context. The next part is she's been a vocal proponent of self-empowerment and anti-capitalist messages in her music. But some critics argue that her actions contradict her words. One major example is the song "Break My Soul" from Renaissance, which urges listeners to quit their jobs and find fulfillment elsewhere. Critics have called out the message as tone deaf, noting that Beyonce's immense wealth, estimated at over $400 million, kind of makes her out of touch with the reality of most working class people. In a piece by The Independent, one writer noted that while Beyonce's intentions might be good, her life of luxury and privilege makes it hard for her to truly understand the struggles of the everyday person trying to pay their bills. This critic also added another layer of complexity to Beyonce's public image, while some fans feeling her advice doesn't really resonate with their lives. Easy to tell someone to quit their job. I guess that's the perspective. Yeah, go quit your job. But here I am making $400 million. So how can we relate, right? The next mystery and secret seems to be surrounding her actual relationship with her husband, Jay-Z. Although they are one of the world's most famous couples, the specifics of Beyonce and Jay-Z's relationship still remain mysterious. Now, of course, it's mysterious because they've done a great job of mainly hiding or staying out of the spotlight. That may be something that they agreed to as a couple. We know that there were infidelity rumors, that their songs have some, messages in there about their relationship. A resurfaced video from Jay-Z's 2006 birthday celebration reveals that Beyonce hinted they had been dating for 5 years, which would place the start of their relationship around 2001, when Beyonce was 20. However, previous interviews imply that they met when she was 18. So it leaves fans wondering about the true nature and timeline of their romance, particularly given their significant age difference at the time. So this could be why they're a little bit secretive. The other area of scrutiny is her diva status. Beyonce has been labeled a diva for her demanding standards. And while fans do admire her precision and commitment to perfection, others point to more outlandish behaviors. During her Renaissance tour, it was reported that Beyonce had her own personal toilet seat transported from venue to venue, highlighting her intense desire for control over her surroundings. Wow, portable toilet, your own. Hey, Beyonce, you go, girl. This isn't the first time Beyonce's tour rider has caused a stir. In the past, her requests have included titanium straws, chilled alkaline water set at exactly 21 degrees, and even red toilet paper. cementing her status as one of the most particular artists in the world. First of all, I had no idea there was even red toilet paper. Why would you want red toilet paper unless you're a woman and you're having your monthly thing and you want it to blend in your... Anyway, way too much, way TMI. Titanium straws, I mean, it's saving the planet. She's not using plastic. That's not the worst thing. Setting your drink to a perfect temperature, that's a strong preference, I gotta say. But, you know, as Diddy is a hot topic of conversation, so will be the stars that have been associated with him, that have been seen as a close friend and in his circles.
Oh, you put that thing on the...
Beyonce, Jay-Z, P. Diddy got big time exposed, and this had led to a lot of drama.
It was genius. I think Beyonce did a great job and she tackled something.
Piers Morgan held on his show with Jaguar Wright, during which she claimed
not only what Mr. Carter has done to them, but his wife as well.
Jay-Z and Diddy remained friends despite being in constant competition for the world's wealthiest hip-hop artist.
This is so real, guys. This is the latest news about Beyonce, Jay-Z, and P. Diddy.
Jay-Z and Beyonce have many conspiracy theories recently with all of this stuff that has come out against Diddy.
Got exposed by another artist, singer named Jaguar Wright, shared some surprising stories.
Well, Jaguar Wright unexpectedly made several serious allegations about Jay-Z and Beyonce.
In the interview that made people believe even more that P. Diddy, Beyonce, and Jay-Z are the bad guys. She claimed that Beyonce and Jay-Z were involved in some unusual parties hosted by P. Diddy, which made Beyonce and Jay-Z react to what she said. What's so curious is no one has tried to sue her against Jaguar for her comments, which adds even more mystery of this story, guys. I got some juicy tea. And you know, Jaguar Wright is a singer. She's made so many hits, and she wasn't scared to talk about this. In her interview, Jaguar Wright claimed that Beyonce and Jay-Z are not good people and implied that they have connections to Diddy's, gatherings, and she described them as the bad little couple and involved, a lot of not good activities. It's not even the parties, it's everything that Jay-Z and Beyonce have done with P. Diddy. As you guys know, that P. Diddy and Jay-Z and Beyonce have been this trio of all over the internet. It's so much drama just happening. And the internet, if there wasn't something that Beyonce, Jay-Z didn't do, the internet wouldn't talk about it, right? But the internet keeps saying that Beyonce and Jay-Z, Beyonce, Jay-Z, they are connected to P. Diddy, and there's so much stuff that's gonna come out. Now, Jaguar claimed that Jay-Z and Beyonce, they weren't the best couple. She has actually known Beyonce and Jay-Z personally, and that Beyonce and Jay-Z, they haven't been actually that power couple, best couple that you see on the internet. It's actually the opposite that she's mentioned in the interview. And the couple's lawyers have sent a request, quote unquote, to remove the statement, but it only raised more questions, especially since a cop known for investigation for hip-hop scenes thinks Jay-Z might be including it in the P. Diddy list. Now, speaking on Piers Morgan's show, Jaguar has claimed that Jay-Z and Beyonce are not good people, and they've kept this big secrets for many years since they've started to date. And following the interview, Jay-Z and Beyonce have demanded that Piers Morgan removed Wright's statement, labeling them as false statements, and Morgan complied, acknowledging the sensitivity in this situation. The lawyer, this is so crazy, guys. So the lawyer who Tupac's parents hired to kind of figure out why Tupac is not with us today, why he passed away. So, all this stuff. And then later, Beyonce and Jay-Z hired the same lawyer that Tupac's parents hired. Oh my goodness, guys, this is so crazy because you guys all know that Tupac and P. Diddy, P. Diddy didn't do good to Tupac, and Tupac family wanted to figure it out, got the lawyer, and then later in years, lawyer decided to work with Beyonce and Jay-Z to protect them, which is so crazy because they are involved in this. And that's why a lot of questions have raised, and that's why they've been, on the media just talking about these couples. And the lawyer, who was Tupac's Tupac's lawyer, protecting Beyonce, Jay-Z, asked TMZ and Piers Morgan to remove all the interviews. He stated that there's rumors and there's nonsense, and this is one step further, quote. He told TMZ this is a formal and pointed accusation of something. So, something not good. So, they have asked to remove all this media because they will be in trouble. So, the show, TMZ, and Piers Morgan would be in trouble. Piers also explained why he invited Jaguar to the show. Quote, the reality of the modern world is that pretty much everybody had a platform as long as they have something to say that other people want to hear. Ooh! And he argued that, quote, that's why we invited Jaguar Wright on to be interviewed, that people making these claims have an audience with or without the show like mine. Now you guys know Piers Morgan, he will say it all. He gets all of these artists that are also not afraid to speak out, and he is not scared. He wants to speak out the truth. He is that one of the shows where the truth people will find out. Now, Jaguar did not mention earlier, because you guys know that P. Diddy was out there living his life, and anything could have happened to her, and I completely understand. I mean, she did mention it in the secretive way, about all these situations that was happening and trying to speak out in a nicer way. But because now that P. Diddy was caught, now she's straight up saying the truth and people need to believe her. Now, a lot of people on the internet do not believe her, which is, so crazy. And it's like, so here's the quote from the comments. Quote, Jaguar isn't the only music personality to question Jay-Z Beyonce's relationship aimed at Diddy's controversy. Rapper Lord Jamar thinks Jay-Z is linked to Diddy. He said, quote, I will say that Jay-Z, he was doing, I like that. He was more quiet about it. He told our Dialogue podcast, then he called Jay-Z's relationship with Beyonce not normal. I mean, there's so many celebrities that have been trying to say that these couples, they're doing something not good with P. Diddy. They're, trying to rule the world. How Beyonce says, girls rule the world, but it's actually Beyonce, Jay-Z, and P. Diddy rule the world. And, Beyonce, what's so weird about it is Beyonce was 19 when she started to date Jay-Z, and he was 31 years old. You guys, I mean, hey, I'm not judging anybody who's, dating at such a young age, but a lot of people have said that's not normal. And even Jamar added that rapper Foxy Brown also dated the Rock National founder when she was 16 and he was 25. Many fans also are suspicious about, this past relationship with Aaliyah. Now, Diddy's ex-bodyguard has, exposed him. Jean Deal recently revealed at that point Diddy disliked Jay-Z so much that was trying to get J. Rule to go at Jay-Z back in the early 2000s. But one time he said that Diddy went to see Jay-Z, where the rappers connected, and they laughed and joked, and until that day, they have become best friends. Now, Ice Cube, we all know Ice Cube, has released an evidence of Jay-Z and Beyonce working with P. Diddy. Not a good business. And, you know, we all know Ice Cube. He's not the type of guy to be hiding something. He would always speak on these artists. And also, speaking of artists that speak out, Snoop Dogg. Oh man, I love Snoop Dogg. This guy is living his own life. And Snoop Dogg also mentioned that, quote, "I don't know who to trust in this industry anymore. I love all their music, but when the record isn't playing, he doesn't know who's behind that door." You guys, so what he meant by that is, yeah, he appreciates everybody's music, everybody's work of art. But behind the music industry, those people are not the best. So Snoop Dogg just took a step back. He said, hey, we can work on something, we can collaborate, but, you know, I'm just gonna step back and, you know, live my life. And, you know, basically, yeah, that's what he's meant. Now, here is another thing, because Jaguar is actually saying the truth. Because, you know, if somebody would go, you know, try to get her, they can't, because the situation, lawsuit, and, you know, P. Diddy getting sued is an open, you know, conversation, and everybody knows. And it's kind of like you wouldn't go for her right now. Like if she did say something like a truth back in the day, obviously she would be on the next in the list, like Michael Jackson, Tupac, Biggie, all these artists, Left Eye, Aaliyah. And actually, Beyonce and Jay-Z were very, you know, surprised, and they were very not happy with her. And they did speak out on the Instagram that, you know, there's so many things going on that it's getting annoying at this point. That's what they've said. But now these comments are, you know, all these fans' comments keep going. And one of the comments said, quote, "Jaguar Wright is telling the truth," laughing emoji. Definitely that stuff adds up. With another person saying, "Jaguar is entirely credible. She will end up giving her life for the truth because they're out to silence her. Everything she has said since and is slowly being revealed as a truth. On the show Street Stars, she's given just enough info for everyone to put pieces together." Whew, this girl is spicy. She's out to get these trouble couple. And, you know, the last comment that I've got, quote, "I say few Jaguar interviews and she had my attention. Just like a wild reality TV show content. Then I saw her throw her son's ashes and rub them on her face and asked the YouTube to stop recommending me this type of content. She's not all there, but she is, you know, this girl is an industry short-lived, in my opinion. She's stayed connected in her own way, and she's forever, you know, been truth to her interviews. You know, not a lot of people, I understand, not a lot of people like Jaguar Wright, but what she says really does connect with P. Diddy, Jay-Z, and Beyonce. And, you know, it's just so much information.
It was hard for me to be in that space.
Welcome back to Daily Break TV. It's Carmelia Ray here, and we are going to take a look inside Beyonce's very private life and maybe some of the secrets that she may be hiding, given the fact that she hasn't been named essentially in any lawsuits, but she has been tied to Diddy for a long time, including her husband, Jay-Z.
It's difficult because I had to really learn how to have boundaries.
Now, she is always in the spotlight, but recently she's been catching a lot of heat over her long-standing relationship and connection to P. Diddy, dating all the way back to the 90s. Now, Diddy is facing even more serious allegations. Latest news is he's got another 7 new lawsuits.
Sean P. Diddy Combs has been arrested and indicted on federal charges.
The accusations against this guy and what he's doing, and, you know, from, you know, staff members to personal trainers to, you know, multiple celebrities or people in the music industry, you have to wonder and think, like, how could somebody who's in his tight, close circle, including Beyonce and Jay-Z, how could they be blind to or not aware of any of the, dealings that were going on? So with Diddy facing even more serious allegations, many are asking why Beyonce herself has chosen not to speak out.
And I just felt like I was in my own world.
And why she's maintained ties with him during this entire time period. Now, some are even wondering if this could tarnish Queen B's legacy, and could it make her actually look worse than Diddy himself, right? So there's a lot of questions that people are asking around her and that relationship. Now, Beyonce's life can seem a little bit of a puzzle, okay? She is a global superstar. She's dropping empowerment anthems like Single Ladies, Who Runs the World, Girls. Who run the world, girls? Who run the world, girls? Powered by her fierce alter ego. We know that she has an alter ego, Sasha Fierce. But her personal life, is it a different story? From Jay-Z's cheating scandals to rumors about her not even writing all of her own music, she's had her share of drama. Now, the Queen Bee stays silent right now, which is leaving fans, with more questions than they have answers. So one of Beyonce's biggest appeals is her, stand and message of female empowerment. She's giving us songs like Irreplaceable, and that had every woman singing, and I Can Have Another You in a Minute. And let's not forget her Lemonade album, okay, where she seemed to confront Jay-Z's infidelity head on and calling out Becky with the good hair. But despite all of this, she's still with Jay-Z, and their relationship still continues to be a topic of debate. It's really challenging for couples in the limelight, particularly, like look at Cardi B. She's had several, breakups. She even entered her third pregnancy. She is not with her man or her former man, right? And Beyonce, when you're telling the world that your man cheated on you, and for many people, infidelity is the ultimate deal breaker in a marriage or any relationship, particularly those who are, standing for women's rights and power and whatnot. Now, as a relationship expert, I have no judgment of if a wife chooses to stay with a cheating partner. We don't know the intricacies. We don't know their agreements. We don't know, what they can tolerate, if she actually forgives him, if there's trust in that relationship. In fact, the leading expert on infidelity, Esther Perel, and many other breakup experts can say a marriage can actually be even more bonded following an infidelity, because if there's an infidelity or cheating, you can find out something about the partner, what wasn't working, what led them to do that, so that you can create a better connection. So perhaps their connection is even stronger and they have each other's back more because it was so public, and because, maybe he's learned from his mistake. Now, Beyonce is famously private and she rarely addresses any rumors directly. So it is customary for her to behave this way, right? Just because a close friend in her circle and business collaborate is under extreme fire, her publicity team or PR relations probably is saying, don't say anything. In fact, in 2015, she made headlines for refusing to give an interview to Vogue. It's the first woman to do so in 5 years, and this only adds to the mystery. How much of her life is she willing to share? For a lot of people, Vogue is the quintessential, you made it as a woman, like Vogue magazine, Vogue England. I think it was Kylie Jenner that just was recently on, of all the sisters, on British Vogue, and it was a massive deal for her, okay? But on the flip side, Beyonce does let us in from time to time. So if she's saying no to Vogue, that kind of says a lot about her stardom. Like, I don't need Vogue. I'm Beyonce. Vogue needs me, okay? So she shared a glimpse of her personal life on Instagram, and her album Lemonade was praised for being her most raw and vulnerable work yet. But even with this openness, there's always that push and pull, right? Like, give us enough, just enough to keep us intrigued, but never enough to truly understand what's going on. That sounds like a bad relationship, actually. And in dating terms, online dating, that's called breadcrumbing. Breadcrumbing is when you give a little, just enough to stay relevant. Oh, pick up that crumb, pick up that affection, pick up that, attention. You haven't heard somebody for a while, then they like send you a text, hey, been thinking about you, breadcrumb. So she's kind of breadcrumbing the media with that. Health and wellness are also a huge part of her life. She's promoted veganism. She's teamed up with Michelle Obama for the Let's Move campaign and launched a vegan meal service. Now, she's all about feeling good and staying fit, but her extreme diets, like the infamous Master Cleanse, been there, done that, have raised some eyebrows. And it's come to think of it, it reminds me of when Kim Kardashian had to lose, I think it was a ridiculous amount of weight in a short time so she could fit in the Marilyn Monroe Met Gala dress. That was insane. A lot of people were like, oh, that's what news is about? Like how fast somebody can like starve their body so that they can fit into a dress? Anyway, then there's her activism. Beyonce has made powerful statements like her 2016 Super Bowl performance, which was filled with Black power symbols. Now, her Lemonade album did celebrate Black women's beauty and strength, putting her at the forefront of conversations about race and empowerment. I mean, when you think of Queen Bee and Beyonce, she is the it. She represents, beautiful Black women altogether. Doesn't matter color, race, ethnicity. She just represents females, right? But it hasn't all been smooth sailing. In a 2008 interview with Latina magazine, Beyonce admitted that she wished she were Latina, which kind of felt odd to some considering she's championing Black girl magic. Maybe it was a moment, I don't know why at the time. I mean, she's on a Latina magazine. Was it something nice that she said, oh, I wish I was Latina because you could speak Spanish? Maybe that was the context. We got to remember, things can be taken out of context, right? So there have also been whispers about how involved she really is in writing her own songs. Now, while she shared stories about the making of hits like Crazy in Love, others, including MTV News, reported that producer Rich Harrison did most of the work before Beyonce even stepped into the studio. And let's not forget the accusations of copying. From her Formation choreography to her Hold Up video, she has been called out for borrowing ideas without giving appropriate credit. In 2017, she was even sued for $20 million over a sample used in Formation, okay? So, listen. I'm a fan of Queen Bee. I love her music. I love her style. I do not know I don't know a single hater of Beyonce, to be frank with you, but
these are surprising facts about Beyonce that you might not know of.
I don't want to give too much away, but it was hard for me to be in that space.
Now, Beyonce is in hot water over her connections to P. Diddy since the 90s, who is facing serious allegations. And while P. Diddy has troubled reputation, some people are questioning now Beyonce's silence and ties to him.
It's difficult because I had to really learn how to have boundaries.
As the criticism ramps up, many are asking, could the Queen Bee legacy be damaged by this association, making her seem like even worse than P. Diddy? Everything that Beyonce has done over the past year of her career, is it a lie? Now, as you all might know that Beyonce and P. Diddy have had connections since the 90s, and P. Diddy has given an A status list since 1990.
Unforgivable, I'ma push your limits to the test. Your pulsating, your heart is beating out of your chest.
Now, Beyonce and Jay-Z, they have always supported P. Diddy with everything that he's done in the career, music, productions, events that he's done. They've always been that supportive friend of his. And you might all know that her being silenced is a little bit weird. All of a sudden, over the past decades.
All the things that really, it's not your business.
Talking about the friend, P. Diddy, oh, my friend did this, my friend did that. And then all of a sudden, when this situation happened, silence. Now, Beyonce has been this loving, empowering woman for, everyone, including she has empowered the whole world. She always talks about it on her social media about, different cases. She really likes to speak out about things.
Picture and the image that you see all day, every day. You don't see the human form.
One of them is women's rights. I mean, she is the first woman artist that has made this a legacy. I mean, by woman rights and supporting women, and for women to have this power and just being on top of the world and feeling and loving themselves. And not many artists have done that, but Beyonce was the first one to speak out upon it. Now, as you all know, the song Run the World Girls, we all know that song, we all love it, everybody listens, and honestly I still love the song till this day. It never gets like boring, always vibe to it. And also Flawless. I mean, she has celebrated the female strength and resilience, and she's honestly been on top of it. Not only to mention the songs, but she's also went out of her way and collaborated with many businesses, companies to have for women empowerment and to really speak up about that. I mean, who has done that? Sure, you can write a song about women empowerment, but she really went out of her way and really just start speaking about it. And she's just been creating this creative positivity for women and just a community that, we've all kind of went together and supported each other, which is so amazing. And reinforcing that the idea of a female empowerment is crucial and it's part of her legacy. Now, Beyonce is one of the most loving and caring parents out of all celebrities. I mean, she has posted so many photos with her kids, her husband Jay-Z, and she really shows her love towards them. I mean, she's even stated in a lot of interviews, she's mentioned her kids, how much she loves them. And I mean, Beyonce she said that the family has helped her reflect into music. I mean, she's created a beautiful album called Lemonade, and she wrote about her family on how much she loves them and cares for them. And honestly, I don't see a lot of artists, posting their love of their life. Usually a lot of celebrities hide their girlfriend or fiance until the paparazzi finds out, or they never talk about their kids or what they do. And Beyonce was the only one that really showed the real side. So we see her as an artist, and then here on her Instagram you see her as a mother and how much she loves her family. Now, I want to talk about this a little bit more because I want to say this. This is my theory. I think why everybody has just loved her. I mean, younger generation and older generation. Not only she makes younger generation love, happy type of music that she can connect to with the younger audience, but also as a mother and a loving wife, she also creates songs that connects with the older audience, which makes Beyonce a very unique artist. Now, Beyonce is not only a singer, but she's a triple threat. Now, what is a triple threat? She's a dancer, a singer, and an actress. And she's done quite a few movies. Beyonce has acted in a film called Dreamgirls and voiced Nala from The Lion King. I didn't even know that she did a voiceover for Nala. That's crazy. And I mean, she's done so many projects, you can name them all, and she's been amazing. It's not only she connects with her audience that are in the music industry, but also she can connect with the audience that are, who watches films, and she really shows that emotions and people connect with her not only through music but also through movies. And I mean, her ability to transfer from music to film and to dancing, it's just so powerful what she does, and I honestly cannot explain. It's seriously so you just want to see more of it. Now, Beyonce has not only been a music artist, an actress, and a dancer, but she's also been a businesswoman. Beyonce has also founded a company, Parkwood Entertainment. And I mean, it just shows how powerful Beyonce is, doing so many things, like multitasking. And that kind of connects with her empowering women, you know, like kind of supporting the empowerment of women. And I mean, she's done so many businesses, and to produce her projects emphasizing her control over the career and investments in various ventures. Honestly, like Beyonce being as a wife, a mother, a businesswoman, and an artist is just so crazy. Not a lot of people do that. Now, Beyonce's social media is very outspoken. She always talks about something. So for example, if a situation happens during our world, during this time, she really speaks out, and she really tries to support her friends, family, fans, just people around the world. For example, her 2016 Super Bowl performance would honor the Black Panther and the Black Lives Matter movement, showcase her commitment to these issues, and obviously women empowerment, and anything would happen during our times. Now also, she has started on her own charity called Bay Good, which focuses on giving back to communities and supporting various social causes, which honestly, it's sad that we don't have a lot of celebrities do this. And you know, Beyonce was the one who really showcased that, hey, like, I'm for the fans, I'm here to help, I'm here to support, I'm here whatever you need me to do, I'm here to be that kind of mother loving for everyone in the world. And that's why people really, love Beyonce, including me. Not to mention, she's a workaholic. I mean, she has dedicated over 12 hours to perfect her dancing and singing so her fans can enjoy her while she performs. I mean, can you name someone that really dedicates for their fans, who works their hardest to put in everything they could? So it's just perfection. And people, when they do go to these concerts or, you know, events, she puts 150% in it, which is so crazy. So one of the concerts was at Coachella, they called it Baychella, and it just showcases how passionate she is in her career field, how passionate, her making music is just, you can really see that through her. Like I said before, not a lot of artists do that. Usually artists go to the concert, they just perform and they're like, okay, bye. That's all you got. You heard my music live, have a good day. But no, Beyonce does not want to do that, and she has mentioned that she puts 150% of her work to make sure that the fans really feel the music and just enjoy how everything goes, which is so nice of her, honestly. Now, she has connections to Barack Obama. She has performed an anthem during those times where Barack Obama was a president. And even Barack Obama has praised her and has said that, I've never seen such an artist that is so passionate and that is so hardworking. And he's really recognized her and really praised her to everyone that Beyonce is the one. That says a lot. Did you see any of the other presidents talking about, other artists? And Beyonce did get that praise and got that recognition. Now, we all know that Beyonce's career has began with Destiny's Child girl group. And yes, they have faced a lot of challenges, but they have also faced a lot of success. You can kind of see that Beyonce, since she was 7 till now, she's so passionate, driven, and she just loves what she does, and the fans love it, and it shows through the other side of the camera. And people really do believe that she's a good, loving mother, wife, and artist. Now, during this situation that's happening with P. Diddy, everybody's point of view about Beyonce has changed. And I don't mean in a good way. Sooner or later, truth comes out.